All right. We move on with Montreal. We missed the playoffs. The Laval Rockets did not. So the Rocket are postseason bound. We will try to follow along with them. I would love to send down some of these guys like Millman and Brook, but I mean, Millman wouldn't be waiver claimed. Brook would be, but hey, we can get these other guys some playing time. We'll do what we got to do. So let's rock and roll. The Laval Rockets take on the Utica Comets. IRL are still absolutely monstrous. We will sim through this relatively quickly. Unless we make it towards the end here, and we are staring down the barrel of elimination. We force Game 5, and we move on. From one New York team to the other, we go from Utica to Syracuse and lose 6-0 in Game 1. And are quickly down 0-2. Make that 2-1. 3-1. And that's it. Wow. So another disappointment. Not only was it enough for the Habs to not make it, but the Laval Rocket get absolutely pooped on as the Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup and the Syracuse Crunch take home the Calder. It wasn't enough that we had to miss the playoffs, but Toronto won the Cup. You had St. Louis over Chicago, Minnesota over Colorado, Calgary over Vegas, Winnipeg over Edmonton. The Wild beat the Blues, the Jets beat the Flames, and the Wild beat the Jets. In the East, the Rangers over the Blue Jackets, Caps over the Bruins, the Leafs over the Lightning, and the Panthers swept the Devils. The Rangers beat the Caps, the Leafs obviously beat the Panthers, and then the Rangers, and then won it in 6. So congratulations to the Toronto Maple Leafs for winning the Season 2 Stanley Cup. Austin Matthews, John Tavares, they were phenomenal. I'm going to guess they got great goaltending because Nylander and Marner don't exactly have the points you'd expect. Sandin, Riley, and Muzzin were all great. That explains it. That explains it. And indeed, actually, the goaltending was good. A .926 for Peter Mrazek in the win. So Vegas Season 1, Toronto Season 2. Ovechkin wins the Art Ross and the Hart Trophy. Cale Makar wins the Norris for the second year in a row. Creeping to Kucherov. P.O. Joseph did win the Calder. They gave it to the defenseman on tiebreaker. Matthews wins the Conn Smythe. Robin Lehner won the Vezina. Bobrovsky, the Jennings. Marner wins his first Selke. For Mitch Marner. Ovechkin wins the Ted Lindsay. The Rocket Richard to Ovechkin. Surprise, surprise. AHL-wise, Brad Lambert scored the most points. Schustrom was the league MVP. Scored the most goals and was Rookie of the Year. Wyatt Kalynuk was the best defenseman. Casey DeSmith, the top goaltender, and the MVP of the playoffs was Miftakov for the Syracuse Crunch goaltender, I do believe. So Season 2 in the books with the Habs. Let's get to the lottery here. No. We stay at pick number 11. Philadelphia is the big winner, but Detroit maintains the number 1 overall pick. So we will have the 11th pick in the draft. Player retirements. Corey Perry, Bobby Ryan, Louis Eriksson, amongst others. Could end up calling it a career. Defensively, we already saw Bernsey. It's Goligoski, Jack Johnson, Mark Stahl. And then look at Cody Franzen, by the way. Outscoring Mark Stahl. That's crazy. And in goal, Schneider, Grice, Darling, and Leland Irving all retire. Gonna have some scouts out of this, some coaches, Bozak and Burns. Ooh, head coach Brent Burns. Mark Stahl's a scout. Interesting. We'll have to remember Burns, Bozak, and Stahl as staff members. Maybe we look to bring them in. So to the draft we go. I still think a lot of the guys we're going to hold on to. Philly, though, is looking to trade that number 2 pick. And there, despite the draft being set to low, is a computer-generated player named Hayden Jang. Which means Michkov and Bedard, one of you two, will be selected 3rd overall. But there are 3 franchise players in this draft. We need to trade up, and we need to trade up right now with Philadelphia. I don't know how the hell we're going to pull it off, but that is something that we cannot miss out on. So the 11th pick, what else do we have? What else do we have? They could use a project goalie. I'm not against sending them Blomqvist, who we signed as a free agent. They're interested in Savard and Edmondson. I'm not against sending them Norlinder because I don't think he's really going to make it at this point. But maybe he will. I mean, Toffoli or Paling. Let's see what we got here. Forward-wise. Let's see, 1, 2. They could use another top 6 forward. And defensively, they don't really need another defenseman, but they could use a top 6 player. And I think it's fairly obvious after this last season, there's really no reason to be loyal whatsoever to like Tyler Toffoli, who they are interested in. Armia was kind of shit. Hoffman was kind of shit. We could look to move Toffoli. Not that I really want to, because I feel like our top 6 can be better than what they were, but like goddamn, last year was awful. Just awful. What if we also give up Lungman because he was a free agent signing? How close is this? Quite far off. Damn. Alright, it's gonna have to be Toffoli. Because I don't know if we'd re-sign him anyway when the deal is up, considering he's 31. Whereas, I mean, Gallagher's signed for a while. I think it's got to be Toffoli. They don't necessarily have any bad contracts. Aside from JVR, who we can just take back and then ditch. Will this go through? 11th, Blomqvist, Lungman, Toffoli for the 2nd in JVR. Done deal. Done deal. Don't know why they wanted to trade it. We threw in more than what we needed to. And now we get the choice between Matvei Michkov or Connor Bedard. I like that Michkov gets the fucking Gretzky comparison. I mean, they're both great. It's just the question of what exactly are we dealing with here? What exactly are we dealing with? I say we take Zach Benson. It really comes down to center versus right wing. Stitch, what's going on, dude? Been a bit. Hope you've been well. So up the middle, we have 1,000 centers, but Suzuki and Paling can both play the wing. There's Gaucher. Right wing, I mean, Caulfield and Gallagher are both locked into the right wing spot. That's the issue. So our centers can move over to the wing, but our right wings are basically locked onto that right wing. Which is good, because like Dvorak and Paling will end up being wingers. Oh, that's a tough call. That's a tough call. Brits, what's happening as well? I didn't think we'd be in a position to draft one of these two. Actually, probably will send another prospect Philly's way. Just as a make good. How the hell are we in the situation of Michkov or Bedard? I don't even understand how that happened. And we acquired JVR's rights randomly. I mean, we literally can't go wrong either way. They're both great. Basically, it comes down to, do you want Michkov or do you want Bedard for the picture? It's pretty much what it comes down to. Again, though, I think just based off of our team. Like, you have Caulfield on the right and Michkov on the right. And I have to play people within their position. So Michkov or Caulfield, one of two would have to be. I think we got to go center. We have to go center. If we ever had Michkov for a series. I don't think we've ever had Bedard for a series. At least not this version of Bedard. I think we got to go for Bedard. He fits the team more. And the fact is, like, we can't run Michkov next to Caulfield, but we can run Bedard and Caulfield, and probably Suzuki on the left wing. It makes more sense for our team right now, and because of our limitations, we're going to go for Connor Bedard. I mean, again, there was no way we were going wrong. And that immediately changes the entire organization. Like, top to bottom, that makes this a completely different team. Because Philly won the lottery and then decided that they wanted to trade the pick. Which is just ridiculous of them. But I will gladly take advantage of it. And honestly, and again, we do have a lot of picks. I'm going to be making all these picks. I'm not going to have a limit on how many picks I can make, necessarily. Because obviously, like, Montreal IRL built up a lot of draft picks. I still want to send them Norlinder as a make good. And essentially include him as a part of the trade that we had for the #1 pick. Because I would have sent them more than 5 assets if I was allowed to. And we'll take on Tanner Lashinsky to make that happen. So let's just give them Norlinder. It's more of a make good. It helps to even out that trade a little bit more. From there, I don't really feel like we have the ability to trade up anymore. Like, we're good. I think we'll just make the rest of our draft picks at this point. We have a lot of them, which is good. I mean, obviously, the idea is to build up this team as much as we can. Like, we want as many prospects in the mix as we can possibly have. Because while the Habs have a decent system, I wouldn't say they have the best system. So, it's kind of what we're looking at. And again, we do have a lot of forwards. So yeah, let's make these picks. I don't really want to trade up at this stage. So we'll go to the 43rd overall pick, but let's take a look at what happens here. As Michkov fell to 5th and went to the Flyers anyway.
I have several questions.
So, that's interesting. Philly has the 2nd pick. I didn't realize they also had the 5th. There's a computer-generated franchise player. We get Bedard. And then the Coyotes and Sabres avoid Michkov. And the Flyers take him. You got Stenberg, Musty, Fantilli, Braden Yeager. My God, this draft was stacked. Blomqvist was computer generated. It wasn't until pick number 12 that it really starts to kind of calm down. They might have traded up. Yeah, you might not be wrong. Let's look at draft activity. Yeah, you're right. They traded up. They used my pick and a 2nd to trade up and take Michkov. So I traded up to get Connor Bedard, but I'm pretty sure I still lost the draft. Philly still won it. So Philly, they don't get Bedard, but they do get multiple prospects And they still ended up with Michkov. Like, I gave them Blomqvist, Lungman, Norlinder, I think another guy. Holy shit, Philadelphia. The Philly Masterclass. Wow. Philadelphia. I mean, did we win the draft with Bedard, or did Philadelphia won the draft, man? They got Michkov 5th. They got Michkov 5th. And added a shitload of prospects at the same time. That's absolutely insane. I would have liked to have ended up with Drapeau. Very French name, Mr. Drapeau. Wow. I just got finessed. I mean, I'm still happy we ended up with Connor Bedard. I never expected it once we lost the lottery, but holy hell. So who do we have here? Not much to go off of. Cameron Sauer, I believe, is real. Maybe. Urchina's confirmed good. I mean, we don't really know enough about Hallweg. Cedric Mackey must be real. I don't recognize the name Cedric Mackey, but he must be real. And the Stoll, 3 years out. Urchina is also 3 years out. He's not real. I was going to say, I didn't recognize the name. But I also didn't think the AI would be generating this many prospects from the CHL this early. Interesting. Matt with the 3 months on the Prime. Matt, thank you very much. How are you on this fine Friday? God, our scouts were awful. Well, so either we take the risk with Stoll, aim high, or we just take the defenseman in Wojciech Urchina. We'll say son of Milan. Let's not risk it. We'll go for the defenseman. We'll take the guarantee. Wojciech Urchina. Say 63. Medium top 4. We'll send to our next pick, which is in round number 3. We have 2 of the next 3. Hallweg, Mackey, Sauer, Niinimaa, Kostitsyn. Go figure, the Habs. We should have taken Kostitsyn. 73, medium top 6. Jesus. It's a pretty damn good shot already, too. There was an elite goalie in Galiev. Yeah, that pick could have gone a little bit better. It wasn't a garbage pick, but it could have gone a little bit better for us. Not everybody can be finessing left and right like the Philadelphia Flyers. Caldwell, Hanzus, Quinn Knubel, Tyler Camachi, Marcus McGillney, Ivan Latipov, and Saul DeMaio. I mean, we don't have a ton to go off. There's also Victor Alexiev, who is apparently quite small. Ty Wolski. God. Knubel's an overager, so I'm not too impressed. Honestly, I mean, we don't have much to go off of. Let's just go for Barry Caldwell. Decent point total. I mean, nothing too crazy. Maybe. Seth Lindsay out of Sudbury. Brandon Roach. We'll get him with the next one. We'll get him with the next one. Let's go for Barry Caldwell out of Sudbury. Low 6 playmaker. Not great. And with this next pick, well, there's only one guy we can possibly take. And that is the Hungarian Danny Heatley. Who's not great, but we have Danny Heatley. Man, we have like all the 3rd round picks. Jesus. All the 3rd round picks. My God. Got the goalie. You bang. Off bang. Chris with the 5 gifted. Chris. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous.
Taste the
And God, there is just like
biscuit.
nobody available in
Taste
this
the
draft
goodness of the biscuit.
that has a picture. Where the hell is everybody? They must be at the bottom.
Taste the
Goddamn.
biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit. my God. Well, hey.
Oh, we're doing this again?
We'll just take somebody here at this point. We're just going for the shot in the dark. Chris, thank you. Goddamn. Over 100 now. Lifetime gifted subs. You're beautiful. How are you today? God damn it. It is good to see you. And for you, we will take the first Austrian that we see, which is Ronnie LaCosta. Come on down, Ronnie. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Yeah, shout out to my dad, doesn't love me. I mean, the greatest recipient. Oh, Ulf Bang was good. Of course, ya Bang was good. And so was Hagman. I keep missing out on medium elite goalies. But I'm like, we don't need goalies. I have Primo. I have Carey Price, #1 goaler. Like, I'm fine. Finally get that PS5 on third. I mean, hey. You know, let's hope it works out. I was going to say, I'm like, you said that before, and then it didn't happen. So let's hope it actually happens. Let's hope. Well, we could take Nikita Paris Hogan. Or we could go for Preston Evans. Well, I know it was because of the lockdown, but I'm just saying shit could happen again. Paris Hogan was a medium fringe. Damn. Next up. Ollie Kapanen, Mikko Lehtinen, Jackson Bigris, Lubomir Hossa, Magnus Nylander. Oh, God. Oh, God. This draft is awful. Beshkov, Felix, son of Uwe Krupp, Henry Bachman, Karpatsev, Bernard Caron. Well, we know Caron's not that good. Let's take the son of Uwe Krupp, Felix. Is that right? Probably not, but in our minds it can be. Maybe we should have taken the Belarusian goalie because it wasn't that good. This draft hasn't been great. Eric Troyanovich. 19, I don't trust it. Joachim Markkinen. Tony Tarkey, not so good. Ludwig Nordstrom, not so good. Dominic Gudas. Nathan Walker, Australian legend. Kovanov, not that good. Roy Eminger. It's okay for the Erie Otters. Gavin Hayes is real, but he's also an overager. Bryant Pecker. Not that good. Nicholas Raffle? The Rafflecopter? Hear him go schwa, schwa, schwa? Alright, we got to bring back the old memes. So going for the Rafflecopter. Yeah, he's not that good. I had a feeling this draft wouldn't be great, but it is also the second-year draft. You'd think maybe somebody, but no. Spencer Sova, who's an overager at this point. Olli Vatanen's an overager. Freddie Farmer. Wen Granowski. Trey Battaglia. Christopher Banach. Hector Manderville. Pedro Likens. Oh, God. Cool Lemon. Bobby Yell. Son of Stefan. Flames legend. Kuleshov. Cademan. Do I take the Cademan? Do I take the Cademan? God help us all. We're taking the Cademan. Cademan Heinrich. Starter. What are the rules for this? Kind of in line with what we were doing with Pittsburgh. A little bit more free-flowing, just so I can kind of not necessarily breeze through it, but also not have to bang my head on a wall in terms of team setup, which I don't mind, but this time wanted it to be a little bit more free-flowing. Chase Hall. Tam Geschlossen. I know you're an overager and you're trash, but everyone at this stage of the draft is going to be trash. I mean, unless we risk it with these dudes like Hamalainen and Ellison, which maybe we do. We do have scouts available, just not a ton, and they're trash. Alright, yeah, at this point, God, let's take Geschlossen. Tam, come on down. The overager. Yeah, this has been a god-awful draft, but again, we knew it would be. Nolan Bentham. also known as Bentham. Christian Kyrou. Brendan Sirazotti. Ethan Burrows. All right, show me the guys from the queue. Give me the undrafted players. Olivier Boutin. Maxime Pellerin. Not saying that name. Julien Hibert. God, Jonathan Desrochers. This is beautiful. Matthias Poulin. Milo. Oh, God. We need wingers. That's what we need. We need wingers. Give me some wingers that can put up points. Like Matthias Poulin. I mean, we know these guys are going to be trash, but that's fine. We'll just go for it. From the queue. Jesus, 6'6" Milo with the flow. Did you blow up the team? Not entirely. Not entirely. We still got a lot of the core pieces in place. So mainly that draft will be remembered for the fact that we were somehow given the possibility to trade up for Connor Bedard because the Philadelphia Flyers are stupid, but then they also got Matvei Michkov, so really us and Philly won the draft. That's what just happened. Goaltending-wise, we'll probably let go of Tokarski. Probably, maybe. Probably, maybe. Joe Vrbetic is, he's not going to cut it. So for now, we'll look at all of our options. We'll get rid of Tokarski. We will qualify Primo. We will cut Vrbetic before ever signing him. Defensively, we will qualify Romanov again. Robert Haig can go. He never even played. How is Tokarski only 2 years aren't going to carry? Isn't it nuts? We will keep Josh Brook. Josh Mahora, you didn't impress enough. Good AHL level defender. Didn't impress enough at the NHL level. We're going to let go of Mahora. We will keep Johansson. We will keep Struble. The other Johansson, Lucas, you're just not going to develop enough, so we will cut you. William Trudeau, we shall sign. This is... Oh, we gotta deal with it. We gotta deal with it. We're signing them. We're signing them. They put us on that directory, that trajectory. We're signing them. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's happening. God, let's see. Caulfield needs to be qualified. Elonen. Teasdale. Not doing good enough for me. I'm sorry, Joel. Like, I think I can bring in somebody else who has a better chance of developing. Joshua. We do need to sign Joshua to his ELC. Left wing. JVR, we will cut. Harvey Pinard was okay. He was okay. Taro can go. He was a fill-in. Gerby was a good fill-in, but Greer as well. I like the AJ, but I gotta get rid of you. Michael Pezzetta was actually pretty good at the AHL level. Otto Koivula we're gonna cut. Luke Tuck we will sign to his ELC. And then at center, and there's no doubt about it, we're signing Connor Bedard immediately. No doubt. We'll qualify Ryan Poehling. Tanner Lashinsky was a tack on. Antoine Morand we can keep for another year. Nick Patan can go. Phillips, it's just not going to happen. I don't think. We're going to let go of Matty Phillips. Cameron Hillis can stick around. Simoneau can stick around. Kidney can be signed to his ELC. Louis, what's going on, dude? Oliver Kapanen. I think it's Oliver Kapanen. Can be signed as well. Yeah, it has been a dream of yours, hasn't it? Tuck, Kidney, Trudeau, Waugh, Bedard, Kapanen. So it's basically just all RFAs. We have $23 million in space, which is great. So pretty much the only question is what's going to happen in free agency. Is Primo, Pezzetta, Brook, Harvey Pinard, Hillis, Moran, Simoneau all sign? Shaq as well, good to see it. And indeed, we just started this yesterday? 2 days ago. Elonen, Struble, Johansson all sign. So I have a lot of scouts to bring back, but also our scouting department was trash. So the big question is, who is out there? So in goal, there's nobody that we're going to want. Fleury as a backup would be nice, but it doesn't really work. On defense, we have a second crack at Chris Letang. There's also Travis Sanheim and Eric Chernak. Oh, look at that. You mean Sanheim's not asking for a shit? I don't believe it. God. Maybe we go for Sanheim. And then forward, Alex DeBrincat. Tomas Hertl and Timo Meier. But DeBrincat and Meier are RFAs. Hertl is not. There is also Tyler Bertuzzi to make this team even more unlikable. Or Patrice Bergeron, but he doesn't really fit the team for who we have already. There's going to be a lot of decisions there. There's a lot of dudes that could be signed. I don't know what exactly we're going to do, though. But I feel like we're going to end up in the exact same spot of saying this team's going to be good and then we're going to miss the playoffs.